Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're at ACI Boats in Port Townsend, Washington, and we are here for a factory tour. ACI builds all welded, heavy gauge aluminum boats ranging in size from 34 feet on up to 60 feet. They're most well known for their catamarans, but they also build commercial fishing vessels like Pacific Northwest crabbers and Bristol Bay gillnetters like the boats you see right behind me. They take great pride in completing nearly all production in-house. Design and engineering, CNC and welding, rigging, plumbing, electrical, finish work, it all is completed right here in this facility. Let's head on in. Heading into ACI here, you can see we've got a couple of Bristol Bay gillnetters in the final stages of construction. These are both 32 feet long, 16.5 feet wide. These are high-tech fishing machines that can pack 19 to 20,000 pounds of sockeye apiece. These are incredible vessels that'll be headed north here in about a month to fish in Bristol Bay, Alaska. Then we'll move over to the massive CNC deck here. This is a multi-cam 5000 series CNC machine. It's 30 feet long by 8 feet wide. Anything from aluminum to decking material, green plywood ends up on this deck. Anything that needs to be precision cut ends up here with this CNC machine before it goes on to one of these ACI boats. Now we'll walk by and see Gina really quick. She runs the shear and the 150-ton press brake over here at ACI. Gina's not quite ready for us here yet, but you can see the capabilities and the machinery here. Incredibly impressive. Next up, we've got a 54-foot long by 20-foot catamaran just in the early stages of construction here. This is going to be an 80-passenger tour boat headed for the San Juan Islands. It'll be rigged with quad 600 horsepower Mercury outboards. It's neat to see though what these catamarans look like with the transverses and longitudinals in place before they get all welded together. And every bit of this starts on that CNC deck over there that we just looked at. Over here we've got yet another catamaran under construction. This is a 42-footer, and this one will be headed for San Diego to fish in the bluefin tuna fishery down there that's been going off for the last 10 years. They've also got yellowfin tuna down there, incredible tuna fishery. This boat is going to be one of the premier recreational boats in that fleet. Let's jump aboard really quick and I'll walk you around this vessel. First thing you notice on this massive catamaran is the fish pod out here off the transom. Let's say you hook a fish over on this side of the boat, big bluefin, big yellowfin, and you got to work around these big 600 horsepower Mercuries that are going to be on this boat. Now you can work right out onto the fish pod here, come all the way around, get around this outboard, and land that fish over on this side and bring it in. Without the fish pod, you might be a little trapped here with the transom and get blocked off and not be able to bring that fish in. It's a great concept, and you're pretty much seeing it on all the ACI catamarans now that are built for recreational fishing. Another unique feature on this 42-foot catamaran are these fish holds. These are going to have 6.5 feet long fiberglass fish holds that are plumbed into an ice maker to chill those tuna right down for premium quality. This big cat will also have a freshwater maker, an ice maker. It'll have a yacht interior finish in this full width cabin, direct bonded windows. The other thing the customer spec'd out was this 2-foot wide gunnel around the cabin here. This full width cabin all of a sudden becomes a walk around here with this wide gunnel now. You got that big tuna of a lifetime on. Now you can work it around here all the way around the bow. If it happens to run around the bow and land it on the other side of the boat. This is a great feature here. There'll be steps down both sides. So this is really accessible all the way around this full width cabin. I can't wait to see this cat completed and on the water down in San Diego. It sounds like James is done back in engineering and ready for us. We're gonna go pay him a visit and see what he's got going on right now. James, how you doing, man?
Nice to see you, Rob.
Thanks for taking the time, buddy. Good to see you again. What are you working on? It sounds like you're working on that 42-footer, maybe?
Yeah, I think you're just out there taking a peek at it.
Oh, man.
You can see that boat's finishing up kind of its phase one of the metal fabrication. So we're working on improving this aft end, and we're really opening up our stern fishing pod. And we have the luxury of doing that because of these new Mercury 600s. With that fixed power head, it's really giving us a lot more space to expand this area and make it, a really fishing friendly zone back there. If they're fighting fish off the back of the boat, they're going to have full range.
They're going to need all that extra space. They're going to be fighting big yellowfin and bluefin on that boat. They're going to need all that space.
Yeah, and another exciting thing we like about this is our new kind of sporty window package. You can kind of see here that we're really a lot more glass and less structure. It's going to open up to a lot more natural light and improve visibility. It really makes for a great look, and we think that's going to be a big win, in the sporting fishing.
Really sleek design.
Crowd.
I love that, man.
Yeah, for sure. And then segueing off that over here to our second boat, we're going to go take a look out here in a minute. It's actually at the final phase of its metal fabrication. This is more of an example of our more robust Pacific Northwest style, and kind of the innovations we're making on this first time around is this open back coupe style. And that's just really going to allow us to, have a lot more flow there. This boat's going to spend most of its time down in Florida, so of course you want that open air. And, we're working, closely with the client to really give them a higher end kind of yacht quality interior, which is very important to them. And then right now what I'm doing is working through all the ergonomics, making sure we're getting everything comfortable, and the flow is great. Yeah, through the model, we work through all the structure, through all the the integration and the we're really dialing these in so that the full kit goes together really well.
It's just fascinating to watch all this on this computer software and see it be able to push the designs around and the engineering and everything on this, and it saves a ton of time.
It really does.
Too,
it really does. Yep.
So really allows the customer to see what the final product is.
I think that's the big win with the clients being able to see see it really in a 3D environment and get a good feel of how it's all going to go together.
Well, you're going to walk around this boat with us shortly,
right?
We're
going to go take a look and see how we've turned this into real world metal. And and it's going to be.
Let's go check that thing out.
All right, you got it. Sweet. Hey, welcome aboard, Rob.
Oh, what a beauty.
We're out here in the real world of the metal. What we were just looking at in my office here is kind of the final phase of fabrication.
It's gorgeous, man.
All set up to receive that beautiful yacht interior that I've been developing for them. We're going to have this Corian countertop. The clients requested a high-end premium that's going to have really a lot of marbling, and then the counters and the bench and everything tie in really nicely with that to bring. And we've done a lot of curvature and smooth areas here to really get
beautiful in here. This will be like a yacht interior finish in here, and this will be a big table area that will probably convert into a berth.
It will. Yeah, we're going to have that same kind of Corian counter or tabletop, and it telescopes down, becomes a nice sleeping area.
Beautiful.
Up into double seated helm here. Pilot station. Into another cubby space, more sleeping, lots of storage down there for your gear. Yeah. And just really nice wide open space as you obviously for the warm weather.
Bonded windows. This will look just wonderful. Open cabin designs to get airflow. But this is what I really like out here on the stern.
This is something we're quite proud of.
I've ever pulled down a seat that operates that smoothly. You guys did a great job on that, man.
Yeah, the articulation of that requires really no hinging or no latching to keep it in an open and closed position.
It just takes nothing to operate that seat. You got them on port and starboard, both sides here. That's going to be a really nice option for these folks when they have this boat down in Florida, right?
It is going to be beautiful.
Man, I can't wait to see this thing completed.
Yeah, we're excited about it for sure.
Oh yeah,
awesome as well.
Well, thanks for taking the time, man.
You got it, Rob.
Appreciate it, buddy. We're going to keep moving on here. We got a big boat over here we're going to check out, but appreciate the time as always.
Absolutely. Come see us anytime.
Oh, yeah. We'll be back for sure. Moving on to this next massive catamaran. This is going to be a 49-passenger cat. It's headed for Southeast Alaska. It's 50 feet long. Look at the tunnel in this thing. This is a monster. Powered with quad 300 Suzukis. This is headed for a lodge in Southeast Alaska. This will be a big passenger boat there. Down here on the lower deck is a seating area on this 50-foot cat. This will hold 49 passengers headed for that private lodge in Southeast Alaska. What's really unique about this catamaran is the landing craft design here. Look at the ramp that lowers down here on the front of this cat so people can get off and on the beach This is an incredible design and will be incredibly useful for that lodge in Southeast Alaska. All right, now we're up on the bridge of this massive 50-foot catamaran. You can see the great viewing area here, more passenger seating. These bonded windows look just terrific on this cabin. And then inside here, even more seating here for passengers and really a commanding view from this helm station that's got everything you need right here to run this incredible catamaran. We're in another building here at ACI, and right behind me is a 38 by 14 cat. This one is headed for American Samoa. You can see the hardtop sunshade up top here that extends and covers almost the entire aft deck on this thing. This will be a commercial fishing vessel. And then back here behind it, we have a similar vessel, another 38 by 14 in the early stages here. Once the hull is on this, they will flip this over, look much like that one there. You can see they've got the longitudinals and the transverses welded in on this one. And then this is a cat lander here. This is ACI's landing craft model. This is a 26-footer. They make them from 26 to 40 feet long. And you can see where the landing ramp will come down right here on the front of this landing craft. This one is designed to hold 3,000 pounds. And ironically, it's just the perfect width for a side-by-side. So this is going to be a neat boat when it's done. This is a 26-footer and just another really neat build here at ACI today. Okay, now we're on a finished catamaran. This is a 34-footer that ACI is busy getting ready to head for Alaska, but you can see the kitchen layout much the same as the last 34-footer we were on that we did a sea trial on a couple of weeks ago. If you haven't seen that video, go back and check it out. But you can see the ample seating area, plenty of passenger seating up here, and of course the signature ACI defroster bar here that we love so much. It also acts as a hand warmer. But you can just see how spacious these cabins are and how well laid out they are. Let's go ahead and step on up top. We'll show you the fly bridge. Okay, now we're on the fly bridge of this 34 ACI. You can see the owner spec'd out this dinghy here that sits in a cradle so it isn't going anywhere. Got a crane here to lift this dinghy in, get it up on the roof. Tons of room up here, tons of seating as well, which is convertible so you can face aft or forward. ACI is offering this fly bridge on their 36-footers. Sounds like Cory's here now. We're going to go talk to Cory, and he's going to walk us through the whole design on these cats and why they ride so nice. Got a chance to hook up with Cory Armstrong, the founder of ACI Boats. Thanks for taking the time, buddy. I know how busy you are. We got a chance to sea trial this 34-foot catamaran a couple weeks ago from ACI, and I'm telling you, it just handled like a dream. And a lot of that is in the hull design, and I know how much experience you have with this hull design. Why don't you run our viewers through that and what all has gone into this?
This hull is really our, this is our staple. It's a symmetrical planing catamaran. What we've done here, which is a little bit of actually quite a vast improvement over our prior boats over the years, is put the deeper entry up into the front here. You probably see with the camera up where the water's coming, the entry area of the boat. It's a really nice sharp dead rise in there. We do have quite a significant chine flat on this boat. It's about 5-degree down angle, so that turns the water out and away from the boat, keeps it dry. Keeps it really dry, actually. Provides a lot of lift up front, which is really nice for efficiency, but also for following seas, running down swell and stuff. This is actually wider on the outside than the inside, but we do have a small flat on the inside. It's primarily a spray bar. Keeps the water, it turns it away from the tunnel so you don't get the water noise. Helps with a bit of lift as well. But the main key with having a wider, or the idea here really with having a wider chine flat on the outside is to help with the turning. It reduces that outward roll that you'll get with catamarans.
You know, when you're making a sharp turn and the boat's tilting to the outside, because we're all used to being in mono hulls, which roll to the inside like a motorcycle. So we noticed that though. I mean, this thing handled like a dream. And also noticed there was no bow rise. It just basically lifted up out of the water and off it went.
Yeah, I mean the catamaran, especially a symmetrical planer, will just, right up through the, from like 12 on up through 30 knots, you really don't notice any different attitude. It doesn't have that planing hump like you're talking about.
It's amazing. And then let's walk back to the stern here. Notice that this reverse chine carries all the way through there. Maybe you can run us through the rest of the hull design here, Cory, because honestly, we don't get to see these boats out of the water that much. And so it's really cool to see it like this and have you run us through what goes into this hull. So what's going on the stern here?
You mentioned the chine flat running all the way back. That's really nice for efficiency. I'll get in here if you can get a view from this side. We're looking at you know, the back of the sponson here, and this is the, you know, is an offshore bracket or a pod. The planing surface breaks here, and we're about 18 inches back to the outboard. So that gives you enhanced steering and trim from the outboard. So it really helps with the turns. It allows you to put the bow down into that chop when you're running into the swell, or if you're going fast and you're looking for efficiency, calmer water, you can trim it up and really get the bow to lighten up and run out. Above me, you know, this is probably one of the main features or really you know, desirable parts about these cats is this fishing pod.
I love that, man. Being able to work around these big outboard motors and get that fish in, you know?
Yeah, we're here, you know, with the boat up on the trailer here, but where we want to be is out fishing and back here with a rod and a nice fish on, not having tangled up in the
For sure.
into the outboard.
It's a great feature, man.
It's got the door on there. You can put a, you know, a swim ladder, what have you, out of there as well, or close it up and have the railing all the way around.
Yeah.
You know, I should note, well, obviously you can see she's up on a trailer, but this 3412 Lumacat is transportable. Even with the 12-foot beam, you know, our customers can still get this boat transported around, you know, and not have to leave it in the water.
You can move it between ports, you know, run it down to Westport or
store
wherever
to
you're
your
going.
place or what have you.
Yeah.
So that's
incredible.
that's a real nice,
yeah, what a machine, man.
real nice deal.
Yeah, thank you again, man. And please
Hey.
thank the crew for us too. You know, we were jumping into people's workspace today and interrupting their work, and these people are working extremely hard. You can hear them in there just cranking away right now. So
Hey,
tons of fun stuff going on here. So really appreciate the time, and look forward to coming back here again.
Happy to have you.
Right
Thank
on.
you.
All right, thanks, Cory. Always such a blast to come by ACI here in Port Townsend and check out all these big heavy gauge aluminum boats in various stages of construction. You can hear all the work going on back there. Really want to thank the crew too today for taking the time to spend some time with us. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below there, and we'll catch you next week on Live the Boat.